Yeah, and then you see you see
trimming is hard work.
Yes.
We're so excited to see another boat out here. It's another sailboat, way off in the distance. So cool. You absolutely can't see it from this angle. Like right there in the distance.
Inchalabi, this is vessel Awen, over. We're doing pretty good. It's fun to see another sailboat in the big ocean, and we just wanted to come by and say hello, and we're going to say goodbye as we're going to do a jibe shortly, over. I just want to say Happy New Year to your whole crew from sailing vessel Awen, over.
So 140, 145, basically I'm looking for not 150, because that starts to be a bit soft. Why do I want power?
I thought it would be good to walk everybody through all the lines and ropes on the boat. There were a couple comments that we had a lot of lines out, and I wanted to explain what all the lines were and why we have so many lines out. This boat is a little different than our previous boat. On our previous boat, all the lines were contained to one area at the helm, and that was fine, but we moving to a performance boat, it works differently. It's more like a working boat with a lot of working lines. So I want to kind of explain what all those are. So first of all, in the cockpit we have 3 winches. This is the starboard winch. This is the port winch, and this is the aft winch. It's a little bit smaller. So let's start with the aft. So on the aft winch, we have the main sheet, and this is for adjusting the main when we're on the inside. And we have traveler lines that we use to move the traveler back and forth. So with this winch, we can control the main and make adjustments from inside the cockpit. We also have this line, which is the line that attaches our dinghy, and so we can raise and lower the dinghy. So that's what these lines are. On this winch, right now, we have the working sheet for the asymmetrical spinnaker, and it's ponytailed around the winch so we can release it in a hurry. This winch also controls this line, which is for the dagger boards, which right now is halfway down. So if we have to adjust the dagger board on this side, we use this winch. This line is an outhaul line, so we use this on the port side to make adjustments if we need to the sails. Stephane just woke up.
I'm still in a dream because finally the waves are behind us.
I know, it's great.
Oh man.
I'll let you wake up. This blue line we have here is just an exercise line, so that's nothing. But I fixed the end with our new line cutter. What do you call that? A line heater thing? Line cutter? Yeah. Okay, so on this winch, on the starboard side right now, this line is the outhaul line, and we just adjusted it. So we're actually using our asymmetrical spinnaker a little bit pulled to the starboard side, which I'll show you in a minute. Sorry, this outboard lead, not an outhaul. Or a guide, yeah. So an outboard lead or the guide for the spinnaker. Symmetrical spinnaker. Sorry. I don't know, I call it outhaul. This line is the lazy sheet for the asymmetrical spinnaker right now. And then again, we have the dagger board line, and this is the furling line as well for the furling line for the Genoa. That's what this is for. This, of course, is the halyard, so we keep it in a figure 8, ready to go if we need to. And then we'll move up here to these two winches. So right now this winch has the main sheet as well. So in addition to the main sheet down in the cockpit, we can also control it here because it's one continuous line on the main. So that's what this one's for, and this one's also ready to go with the clutch open. These 3 lines here are the reefing lines for the reefing hooks. And then we have the 3 lines here that are the reefing release lines. So when we want to release the hooks. The thing we haven't sorted in terms of where to put the lines is the downhaul lines, which is our next little project. We're going to need to kind of find a better place to attach those. But the downhaul lines right now go up the main into the reefing holes, and we use the downhaul lines for downwind reefing. On this winch, and this should be put here. So on this winch, we put the halyard. This is the Genoa sheet. This green line is the staysail sheet. These 2 green lines go to the 3D sheeting system that we have for the Genoa, and you guys have probably seen that in the previous videos. Going through underneath are the lazy sheet, the furling line, the dagger board line, and this is the guide, or the outboard. What do you call it again? Outboard lead or the guide? That's the red one. Outboard lead. For some reason I keep calling it outhaul. Sorry. All right. So this yellow line goes back here, and comes back, and this is our A2 lazy sheet. This red line, red and black line here, is goes to the staysail, you can see, which right now is in a bag on a furler. The green and green and black, I guess, lines go up to the drum for the code 65. And we're able to actually use this line and pull it to the winch, so I can use the winch to furl the code 65. So that's what that line's for. And again, the dagger board lines. We have the highly controversial jack lines. I still think it's a good idea, and I found it very useful and comforting to have there as well. And then the jack lines go up to the front. You can see we have the outboard lead attached to the A2 at the moment. That saggy white line is the Martin breaker, so that's the emergency release for the tack line. And then the tack line, the white line that kind of goes down, is attached to this cleat here. This cleat here. So in an emergency, we release that. It goes up, it triggers the Martin breaker, and it releases the tack. So in a man overboard or emergency situation where we need to get it out, you would turn the boat and the tack would be flying in front, and versus releasing a sheet and having the sheet act like a guillotine there. That's the white line. The blue line right now we have set up to the winch, and that is the, I don't know, the line for the sock. I don't know the technical term for it, where you pull the little toilet bowl down and sock the A2. We can do that from the winch here on the front. This yellow line is the tack for the code 65, and the red line in the drum is for the staysail. Again, this red line is the outboard line or the guide. This side's relatively clean. I lied. I need to clean the decks. This blue line, which I'll put in a better position, is for the preventer. Again, this line is the Genoa sheet. And right now this working line, the red line on this winch, goes to the halyard for the A2. And that's on this side. Any other lines I've missed? I don't think so. Oh, this one line, this one random line, is just in the event of an emergency, we can grab a line and use it for something. So we just kind of keep that on deck. That's it. So I think the thing I got wrong was calling this an outhaul. It's an outboard lead.
Yeah, it leads the Genoa. We're using it to lead the Genoa sheet outboard. It's outboard lead, and we're also using it as a guide, apparently, for our asymmetric. Cool. It's a multi-purpose.
And it's symmetric.
Multi-purpose line. I think this might be one of my favorite lines. What do you think?
And then these are the lines in the sail locker. So spare lines, spinnaker lines, you can see back there. And of course, you can never have enough sail ties. What Nikki said yesterday is the final part of the trip is when things start to break. And she was right. The main sheet connector that's usually here snapped. And they're sorting out what's going to happen. And it's another case to be made for having a lot of extra line on the boat. So what's happened is we've taken the load off the main with this red line. So now that we've secured the main sheet and taken the load off, we are determining a solution. Stephane is setting up the Dremel, and Nikki is setting up a lashing. And we're going to swap the block with the dinghy block. So Nikki's making a new lashing. And Stephane gets to use this Dremel. Okay, so we're testing the fix, which is this beautiful solution that Nikki made. Okay, it looks like it works. So how do you feel about the fix we put together?
I think the fix is stronger than the original Dynama loop.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it could be a permanent fix, but
Yeah, we have some broken parts still, so.
yeah. Well, in one way, this parking block is like pretty strong, but yeah, that needs to be replaced, the top one, and then we'll see what they do. But I will be happy to continue with that. That will be fine, but they'll probably want to switch it.
Yeah. Thank you, Nikki.
Yeah, you rock.
Team effort.
Happy New Year, everyone. We hope you have an amazing 2024.
Happy New Year, bonne année à tout le monde.
And fair winds for now.
Bon vent.